Shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks! Hi, and welcome to the channel for a brand new video. So in this one, I actually wanted to talk about a slightly more general topic that does also relate to the new supposed set names for the 2023 Ninjago wave, which, by the way, still aren't confirmed to be completely real at this point in time, so please do just take this with a grain of salt. However, with that all being said, with rumours spreading around the fandom of a returning villain or two, it's really had me thinking a few things in the back of my mind while just kind of contemplating the current situation and the theories and rumours that are going around right now. And simply put here, just to kind of lay down the groundwork for this video, I don't want a returning villain for the next season, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not want to sound like a broken record here and sound like I'm just constantly complaining about something, because I really do not want to come across that way, and also because, ultimately, it really wouldn't be too much of a bad thing if this did happen. I'm not saying this is going to just completely kill Ninjago off for me, or it's going to make me just not even want to watch the season, or anything like that. I'm just saying that it wouldn't be ideal. Again, though, that's not necessarily going to take anything away from this upcoming season if this was to happen. However, I think that, basically, next year, especially, in particular next year, it should be reserved for a completely original villain to make their way into the show. As Ninjago United is set up to be its own thing with its own identity in a way from everything we know so far. We know that it's not officially going to be known as Ninjago Season 16, it's not going to be a direct continuation of the current storyline that's going on, and so from that alone, I'm kind of getting the vibe of a very soft reboot. Think of what happened with Season 11, things were rebooted, heavy quotes on that because it wasn't a proper reboot, hence the name soft reboot. So some things will be changed, the groundworks will be changed a little bit just to kind of fit in with maybe a new tone and whatnot and other things like that, and that's really going to be it. And so this is why I think that Ninjago United should also have a new villain that reflects that. A new villain that we have not seen before, a villain that has not been foreshadowed at all in the slightest, and just essentially pops up out of thin air with its own explanation within the next season, you know? I think that with this new season, it needs to be almost treated as its own thing, and the new villain should reflect that, because I don't necessarily think that having a new season that brings in everything new, except from the villain, say they just bring in the Time Twins from old Ninjago, okay, again, quotes on old there, I just don't think it would flow all that well, if you guys get what I mean. It's more just like this thing in my mind, right? I just don't necessarily think it would flow all that well, and that's kind of what I mean. Again, I don't think it would be a terrible thing if they were to have a returning villain, like, say, the Time Twins. In fact, I'm totally more than happy for them to bring the Time Twins back, but ideally, I think what they should do is, again, I've said this before in previous videos, have a new villain next year, and maybe set up a new story, kind of like what they did with Wild Brain and the whole Vengestone thing, and instead, slowly but surely, build the stepping stones up for the Time Twins' return, maybe in the finale of this whole new Ninjago United season saga thing we're going to be getting. I think that would be the absolute ideal way to go about everything here, and to me that would make for the most ideal kind of ordering, and it would just make things flow so much more better. But again, at the same time, say they were going to bring back a new villain for next year, while it would irk me just a tiny bit, it's not really a deal breaker for me, and it's not going to take anything huge away from the season for me. I just think it would be better if we had a completely clean slate with this new season, new storyline, maybe some new characters, you know, a new maybe episode format, or maybe just bring back the 22-minute format, cough, and also bring in a new villain. That would be ideal, and then wait on bringing back maybe an old villain like the Time Twins. I think that would be absolutely ideal, and that is basically all I wanted to say in this one. Maybe a bit of a rambly one here, but I just had this thought in the back of my mind that I really wanted to kind of get out in a video and just share my own take on this, because with all of this talk of a new villain, this just had to be said. With all of this being said, though, I think that pretty much is just about going to do it for this one here, sharing my thoughts on this. So with all of this being said, be sure to drop all of your own thoughts on this down below in the comments. If you did enjoy today's video here, though, be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new content whenever I do post it. And with all of this being said, I will see you all very soon for my next one. Goodbye.